After the separation, during those first few days when Adam and the kids pulled away from the house in his Range Rover, Kit would stand in the driveway watching them go, not knowing who she was supposed to be without her children, what she was supposed to do, how she was supposed to fill 2 whole days without mouths to feed and small people to entertain. She lost her partner, her lover, and her identity in one fell swoop. She didn't have the energy to go out, although her social life shrank to almost nothing anyway. A single woman, it seems, doesn't have quite the same appeal in suburban Connecticut. Their couple friends initially invited her out, feeling sorry for her or wanting to hear what had happened, but the invitations petered out, and she quickly realized that the friends she and Adam shared, their friends, would not necessarily remain her friends, because the chemistry just wasn't the same. And she couldn't even think about dating, although it was extraordinary how many people offered to set her up on blind dates within what felt like minutes of her separation. So she went to bed. Days would pass when she barely emerged from the comfort of her cocoon in the Grand Master Suite on the 2nd floor, aided by Ambien at night and pointless reality shows on the television during the day. She once watched almost 8 hours straight of Project Runway, even though she wasn't the least bit interested to begin with. But by hour 3, she was desperate to know who was next going to be Auf Wiedersehen off the show by the Glamazonian Heidi Klum. And then, when they finally agreed on a custody arrangement, she had the kids every other weekend. But by that time, Adam had agreed to sell the house and split the proceeds, and the resulting house hunt was like a well-needed injection of energy. They were lucky. Their house sold quickly, and Kit found a small cape on a pretty street behind Main Street that was easily big enough for her and the children, and Adam rented a small farmhouse on the other side of town. It took the best part of a year for Kit to start feeling like herself again after the divorce, and at the end of that time, she was not the self she was during her marriage, the wife she had tried so hard to be, but the self she was before her marriage, her true self, the identity she lost in her quest to be the perfect wife. It is extraordinary, she thinks, picking up the phone and scrolling back through the numbers to see who has called, how much her life has changed. She was a wealthy Wall Street widow in a large house with immaculate children dressed in French designer kitty wear, complete with Land Rover, a wardrobe stuffed with Tony Birch, and a social life that involved going to the gym with the other Wall Street widows, then coming home to shower and change before attending a trunk show in someone's home. The trunk shows varied. Designer stationery featuring cute, colorful cartoons of women who were supposed to look like Kit and her friends, or jewelry made by a local, once high-powered, but now looking to find her creativity mother, charging exorbitant prices for semi-precious gemstones strung together with pretty clasps. Some held children's wear sales and displayed tie-dyed funky yoga pants for 3-year-olds, sparkly navel-bearing tops for toddlers. Others filled their homes with children's clothes from the catalogs, trying to induce mothers to order copious amounts of clothes. Whatever the trunk show, what they all had in common was the aim to satisfy the instant gratification gene that all Wall Street widows seemed to have. As soon as she and Adam separated, Kit knew she needed to work, but she didn't want to go back into teaching. She had loved it while she did it, teaching at a Montessori school until she became pregnant with Tori. But she didn't want to be an employee as such of anyone. She wanted to make some money and retain her freedom. Adam paid child support, and the alimony was just about enough to live, but not enough to live the life she had grown used to in Highfield, the heart of Connecticut's Gold Coast. It wasn't even as if it was a big life, not compared to some of her friends. Certainly her life was bigger when she was married. But one of the lovelier changes that occurred post-divorce was that she suddenly saw no reason to feel insecure around the women who used to cause her nervous breakdowns while waiting in the corridors outside the classrooms in preschool. She doesn't see the need to dress to impress these women anymore, because who else had